heal because of the diabetes. Ultimately, after all those surgeries, she became paralyzed with the exception of some movement in her head and neck and the use of her hands. About 3 years ago, she got really bad. And she was in and out of the hospital. And for the greater part of 2 years, we basically thought we would lose her at any time. And then in the nursing home, she started to lose weight drastically, and she wouldn't eat. She'd eat the stuff that Nikki brought her, and she'd eat the stuff that Sandy brought her, and the stuff I brought her, and the rest of you folks that were good enough to bring her a hamburger and things like that, but she didn't really like the nursing home food. And she was losing weight very rapidly, and they were very concerned with that. However, what it did do for her, with all that loss of weight, her diabetes left her. And even though she couldn't feel anything from here down for several years, she still had severe back pain. With the loss of that weight, that back pain was reduced to nearly nothing, and they were able to cut her meds way back. So the last 9 months of her life, she came back to us. To when I would visit her, she was her. She could talk to me like we once talked. She was out of most of her pain. She was off most of the drugs. Her diabetes was gone. And because the diabetes was gone, her chronic back sores were starting to heal. We got her, what's it called, an iPad, I guess? All I did was provide some money. Everybody else did the rest. And she got into the social networking and found some quality of life for those last 6, 9 months, whatever it was. Got to see pictures of babies and friends and family and things that she couldn't before. We had gotten her a computer previously, but it was too much for her to operate laying on her back most of the time or in a chair. Unfortunately, she was on her back all the time now, so the sores would heal. And not being moved around a lot, she developed a clot. Went into her lungs, and she passed. That took only about 10 minutes. Claudia was with her for that. So, it was really sad that after being so bad for so long, and she was developing some quality of life, that she passed. But on the other hand, the way you need to look at it is, before she left us, she had 6 to 9 months of good quality exchange with friends and family. So, with her words, she wanted to party. So, Pastor, thank you. You did the preachifying stuff for us. Very nice.
Very good job.
Friends and relatives, thank you for your words of concern. Everybody, thank you for sharing a tear with me. So now we got a party. So hang out, throw a knife and hawk outside, eat everything you can. There's all kinds of drinking stuff to be done outside. And please don't forget, visit the little room up here. Take something home with you. Please take the time to look at the pictures. And Andy, thank you so much for the marvelous slideshow in the back. Please take the time to look at that. Tons of memories, cool stuff. She wanted us all happy. We did the tear thing. Now we got to buck up, be happy again. And with that, I got to tell you something that she did for me, for my life. Most of you know me enough to know that there are several moments of my life that I've been near you that I'm kind of a prick. And I apologize for that. And in meeting Sharon and falling in love with her way back when, I used to be worse. She taught me how to find the good in people and to take that time. Not as good as she ever was, I probably never will be, but it's made me a better person. And if she could say something to all of us, one of the things she would say is find, make, share happy. Someone can give you $1. You've got an extra $1. They have one less. You give somebody a smile. You give them a little bit of love, friendship. Yours grows, and theirs grows. And that smile spreads around, and it makes the world better. She was so good at that. And she would want each and every one of you to take a second to think, you're right. Forgive that person for whatever it is they did. Forget the bad. Don't sweat the small stuff. See the good in people and smile and make them happy. And do that all the time. And some of you out there, I saw my niece up here a little while ago, pretty little girl. I'm looking at her, making her embarrassed. She throws that smile at you, it heals you all over the place. You all have that ability, and that's what we should all do, and we should learn from her. Eat, have fun, let's have a party.